guys, so I wanted to do a video today on my garden progress. I've been working on a couple of things throughout and want to show you what's going on. Right, so it's the middle of March. I think it's like the 18th. Yes, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. So for the past few days I've been dealing with some cold front has come through and we've had some issues, so I had to protect our my plants. I've put some pots over it so that way they won't burn. I think a couple of them did, but let's walk through. So right here, just really quickly, I was able to do a water drip system. As you see, these little red dots here, and it's going underneath the walkway, and it will be plugged up over here. And so kind of happy about that. I just need to do cover it up with some rocks and stuff. Look at this beauty. This is a common sage. I cut it back a couple weeks ago and it's already thriving, which is really crazy because it was just a couple, I think about 2 weeks ago. And now it's got some flowers popping up, so I'm pretty excited about that. Really happy about that. So I thought to share that to you. And over here's a Black Eye Susan that I had planted in here, but of course we got some weeds going in there. And back here is the Mexican petunias. I don't know the official name for those, but I'll find out and I'll put it on the video here. And then the Rebecca Black Eye Susans. So that's pretty cool. And let's walk over here. This is my Grand Canyon garden, and right now I have a beautiful blueberry bush that my son and I planted years ago, and it's doing really good. And we've got a couple of little things going on over here in my Grand Canyon garden. We've got salvia right here. Salvia, I put the pot over it, so it kind of got a little bent there, but I'm sure it'll do fine. And back here is Mexican petunias all the way through. I think these are little daisies. I can't remember. Yeah, I think they're daisies, but baby daisies. And funny enough, there's Mr. Potter. I call him Mr. Potter. No relations to Harry. And I had this here really quickly. These are mums. My wife purchased some no, they weren't hanging, they were just pots of mums, and I put them in the back a couple years ago. I thought they were dead. I thought they were just crunched up and weren't going to do anything, and they ended up doing really well. So it's spreading really nicely. There's some over here. There's this one over here. And I just literally just moved some bricks. Had a path here, not a path, but like a brick wall to keep my, this is my lavender. And I've had that for years. And when I tell you I've had it for years, I mean I've had it for years, and it just kept growing and growing, and I never knew that I needed to prune them to keep them nice and I don't know, just keep them strong and not so woodsy. And now you can see all the woodsy stuff has I mean, it's really bad. I think some of it is it's gone. Like all this whole area was just filled. I mean, filled, and the honeybees were just enjoying them, and it's pretty much gone. And this one, I planted it last year, but I got to do something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to find out what to do there. So, and then this is the next thing I want to talk about, is this cutie patootie. I thought these were carnations for some reason. I don't know why when I brought them, but they're delphiniums, and I did not know that. So I got beautiful pink ones. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? They're showing out right now. I hope the cold, we're gonna have a cold snap again tonight and into Monday night. See, here's why I thought these were carnations, and I can't remember when I first brought them. They probably had their name on them, and I just didn't know enough. So that's why I thought it was a carnation, but this is a delphinium. And I got a pink one and a red one. And I've got some creeping phlox here. All right, so now let's go back over here. I got some penstemon, Midnight Masquerade. Thank you, Laura from Garden Answer, for promoting those beauties. I'm hoping that they'll do really, really cool. I think this is an echinacea. Let's see. Let me see. It is from Proven Winners Selections. It is a cone flower sombrero Baja Burgundy. She did really, really nice last year, so I'm excited to see what she's going to do this year. So I've got one here. I've got one right there. I think that's a different type. And yeah, I got some bulbs. Got some bulbs in here, and this is supposed to be an African lily. I hope she pulls through really nicely. Here's the other one. This is, oh, it broke. I don't even know what that is now. I'll remember. It has a code there, so I'll check that out. It has a scanning code there. Anyway, so I got some salvia. Beautiful salvia is doing really good. I got to make sure I protect it tonight so she stays strong from the cold front that's coming tonight. I got another one over here, and look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, it's a peony. I didn't think it will come back, but it's coming back, so I'm really excited about that. And I think this is a it's part of the allium family, I'm certain. I can't remember the name. I don't know if I have the tag here somewhere. I'm sure I do. I can't remember, but sorry. I don't know what that is. And this is salvia as well, I believe. God, I can't remember my friends, my babies. I'm so sorry. And this is a penstemon Midnight Masquerade. And then look, so this is the same. I think it's part of the allium family. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, not doing good. But there she is. I gotta cover her up. I have that stake there because I put my sweater to cover her up so she wouldn't get burnt. And here's a Russian sage. Yep. So so once tonight I'll put the pots over it to protect them all tonight. See what they do. All right, let's walk over here. And my beautiful Arizona cypress. These chicks are just gorgeous. This one is called Arizona. I call her Arizona because it's an Arizona cypress. Love her. And then we got Belle. That's Belle because she was just tiny and beautiful. And this one is Sedona. Called it Sedona because when we went to the Grand Canyon, went to Arizona last summer, and I thought it was just appropriate to call them after some of the cities in Arizona. All right, here, this beauty, she just put her flowers in, and this is a beautiful plum tree. She just put her flowers 2 weeks ago. Didn't last no more than a week and a half, maybe, but she was on full effect. Gorgeous. All right, here's my little dollhouse that I'm going to be converting into a chicken coop. I don't know if it'll be this year. I wanting to do it, but I haven't decided when. I just need the time. And I already started digging a hole here because I'm going to be getting a hydrangea. I think it's going to be I don't know what the names are yet because it's going to be a gift. A friend of mine's bringing it to me. And this is a buddleia, so I got to clean around that. Yeah, there's a couple of things going on here. Knockout rose bush, I think this was. I don't remember if I removed it from the front because it was growing a little bit too wild and my wife didn't want it there. So gotta go ahead and let that, well, I already did everything I needed to do, just let her be. I haven't finished cleaning this out. Gotta keep cleaning this out and putting some mulch. And then behind there that you see this kind of a rectangle-ish space is going to be the chicken run for my chickens at some point. Bird feeder. This is Rose of Sharon. I've had them there for years and they have not done anything. So I'm hoping this year, now that I've cut back a little bit of this tree here, it's a dogwood tree. No, it's not a dogwood tree. The one behind it is a dogwood tree. I cut it up a little bit because it was just hanging down so low that it was stopping the sunlight from coming in. And it's funny because this was, as you can see, there was like a little invisible line going on in here. And I had some irises, and I ended up, it just kept growing, and the trees just kept coming this way, and it just done some weird stuff there. So, and I didn't really maintain it the way I was hoping for. But as you can see in what I'm calling the reflective garden, I've stopped right here. So I had to finish this all the way up to that point where that little piece of wood is. I'm gonna cut that up and put more pea gravel, and that's gonna be the door entrance into the chicken run. And so I'm gonna keep working on that. And here is my pathway. That's not the entrance of the reflective garden, but it will be an entrance right where these pots are at. I have these pots here so I can cover these plants that I'm worried that this cold front and cold snap is going to kill them. And as you can see, let me go right here real quickly. This is a crepe myrtle. I can't remember the name because I got them for free, but it's so beautiful. I mean, it's like a fire red, like the firest of reds. So beautiful. But anyway, so you can see right here, the leaves are starting to come through, right? It's so beautiful. I mean, look at the color. I mean, it's like an orange. And then look what happened 2 nights ago. Frostbitten. I mean, just frostbitten. You can see it right here as well. Ah, torturous. Very sad. But you know, nature does her thing, and we can't fight her. And I've got hydrangea, tiny tough stuff hydrangea right here. Oh, poor baby. She got a little burnt as well, so I got to cover her up tonight. It's going to be 2 more nights of this nonsense. I call it nonsense, but it shouldn't. I mean, we could have done that a couple of weeks ago, you know, because a lot of our trees, fruiting trees, could use that cold here in Georgia, and they need a lot more cold to produce what they do. Oranges, and I think I can't remember some of the other plants that they have out here. I mean, fruiting trees. But anyway, I'm babbling here. This is a penstemon midnight masquerade. This is a soft touch holly. This is a tiny tough stuff hydrangea, and I'm so excited for her. Look, she looks so fuller than when I brought her and put her here last summer. So she's going to do really, really well. I hope that she will fill up. I need to take care of those 2 over there. Here's another soft touch holly, and in here we've got a clematis, or clematis. People say both, but I think it's clematis, and phlox, regular phlox. I think it's like a fuchsia phlox. And then I have a smiley yellow rose, climbing rose. So as you can see, this arch entrance way that I've got, let me step back a little bit. That is where hopefully those roses will meet up with the clematis and do some beautiful stuff. Oh, well, let's go through here really quickly. As you can see, this is an apple tree, and let me see if I can get a capture this really, really, really nicely. Look at that. Oh, isn't that beautiful? How gorgeous is that? So gorgeous. Yeah. I did not talk about this, but I will right now. This is lantanas. We've had these here for a good 10 years now. I mean, it's just so full from this side all the way to that side over there. And they are beautiful pink, orange, yellow. I mean, just stunning little, beautiful little flower clusters of flowers. I've got a couple little things growing in there. I'll have to go in there and pull and cut out. But there's actually, no, those are clematis. I had to be careful because they tend to take over. And up here we've got some dogwoods, beautiful dogwoods. All right, and this is another lantana. I think this one is a yellow one. For some reason, I had a buddleia here, and it ended up dying. I don't know what happened to it. I didn't cut it back or anything like that. I left it alone, but she ended up just not, something happened. I don't know, made me a little bit sad. And that is the entranceway to my neighbor's driveway that goes to her house. She's a super sweet old lady. I love her very much. Pretty cool lady. And she gave me that dollhouse, by the way. She gave it to me for my daughter. Of course, she's outgrown that. Anyway, let's go. Let's go this way first. And there's my beautiful, I mean, this is gorgeous. Look at my Christmas tree. This is a Leland cypress. I love her. She's gorgeous. Here we have a gardenia. And they're looking good. I leave her alone as much as I can. Rose of Sharon right here. A Loropetalum. I tried to leave them alone as well. I had to cut it back a little because she was going a little bit too tall, and I didn't want that to cause any trouble for her. And the cherry tree that's right above it, this is a cherry tree. And I've got a couple of, what do I have here? Encore azalea bushes. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it kind of encases this whole space, and I'm really happy about that. Hoping that they'll continue to do really well. As you can see, they've got new growth. They've got new growth, got darker green areas that were old, and then you've got the new leaves. So hopefully this cold snap will not do any damage to them. I have a beautiful azalea bush right there. I've also got I think it's called a Nandina. That turned really beautiful fire red in the fall. Puts a nice little bee. Let me see if I can go. I can see it already. It still has some of its berries. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Love that. This is a dogwood. I'm going to show you this when I step back a little bit. This is another Loropetalum. Oh, you can. I don't know. I think you can tell that. Maybe she's still blooming, hopefully. It just looks like she's burnt from... No, I think it's just the leaves. They're just pushing new leaves. That one over there has pink, like a fuchsia pink. You can see her. Look at that. Right? Isn't that pretty? But you can see some of the other ones are starting to kind of look a little burnt. I'm a little bit worried. But I can't do nothing about it, to be honest with you. I can't wrap them. So anyway, there's another beautiful Leland cypress. I have to show you. Let me step back here really quickly. Look at this dogwood. Oh, isn't she beautiful? It's gorgeous. She's absolutely stunning. All of this is just full of white flowers right now. This one here, as you will see, it's not a great zooming in sort of capability here with the camera, but it is a pear tree. No, this one is a cherry tree. She is from a tree that's in the front of my house that I planted for my wife called Love Blossom. And so Love Blossom died. So her babies, these are some of her babies. So the one that's there now that replaced her is called Love, and this one is Blossom. So she's doing really good. She's got, I mean, let me go over here and show you the flowers. I mean, I've just never seen anything just so, let's see. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Maybe she'll pop in. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just full of flowers. And right next to her is a pear tree, but she already put all of her flowers. I mean, they all fell like in a week, all gone. And then over here is another Love Blossoms babies. And that one I named it after my friend Shella. My best friend Shella, she's really cool. Oh, and over here, before I forget, is another azalea bush. And she's quite, I mean, you can see some of them popping out. But I have a feeling that she's gonna pop in any minute now. Hopefully this cold snap that's happening does not destroy it. or, you know, destroy its purpose and its, you know, of blooming. Here's another beautiful azalea bush. Just regular azalea bushes. They're not like, these guys are encores. These are encores, so they're supposed to come back in the fall-ish time, you know, late summer. And this is just a regular azalea bush. And then here's my hydrangea. I have to cover this one up tonight. Have to. And here is a rose of Sharon. So happy about that. And I purchased a couple of chairs to sit out here during the spring and summertime where we can read. And it's supposed to be a reflecting space. And here is the, I'm not going to say the star, but my wife would say it's a star of the garden, of this garden. But this one is called Guapo. It is a Japanese blood good maple tree. I mean, and she's just like, well, he is looking really, really good. I'm a little worried. I hope that that's not being burnt. This cold snap, it's gotta go. Leave me alone. Leave my business alone. Okay, so this is a exit from the reflecting garden. So this is the other end. And I've got these 3 rings here that I will be filling up with something that's a perennial or a bush, or I don't think I'll do anything that I'll have to constantly be planting. I just, you know, maintain it, but I'm not sure. I think I might do a hydrangea, like a tiny tough stuff hydrangea or something that's low, but loves the sun. Okay, here is, I think I'm gonna say this correctly, Abelia kaleidoscope. I could not remember the name the other day, but I remembered it now. So this one is doing really, really beautiful. This is just going to be striking because now it's putting this lime green leaves, and I think it'll turn orangey. It puts a beautiful white flower, but it'll turn orange tips at the fall time. So it's got color happening all year round, actually until the winter. The first frost, it'll just kind of fall off, you know, the leaves will fall off. And there is a soft touch holly, and that's the entrance that I have going into the garden. That's the back of the house. And then here's another soft touch holly, and these are what I'm really excited to see this year because I just planted them in the late fall, and these are called coral drift rosebuds. Rose bushes. It's not rosebuds, rose bushes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then I have this cutie little patootie here. Look at this guy. This one is a Fire Chief Arborvitae. Really happy to see that they're doing really good here. I don't know if I have to do anything to mush it around. I don't want to cut it. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut this. I've heard that you can, but I didn't want to. I felt like it's such a baby. I wanted to just leave her alone. Another bush, Adelia. Gosh, I just lost my train of thought of what the name was. Yeah. This one is the Fire Chief Arborvitae. She's looking really good. And then we've got another 3 of the coral drift floral bush. So, all right, I'm gonna step over here. And then this is a beautiful crepe myrtle. As you can see, frostbite got her the other day. You can see the difference. You see how bright and beautiful and orange that is, and then you can see over here how burnt that is. So I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm sure she'll pull through. But I named this one for my beautiful cousin Millie. Her name was Milagro, and she passed away yesterday from cancer, and very sad about that. But yeah, I named her this morning, thinking about her, or yesterday. I named her yesterday, sorry. I thought, oh, I haven't named some of these things. I haven't named yet, but that one is named after her. just so I can remember her, because she had a great heart. She was so kind, funny, loving, and I have a lot of love for you, Millie. Okay, let's not get a little emotional here. This one over here is the Tiny Tough Stuff hydrangea, and another one over here. But you can see right here, you can see how the cold snap is getting at them. Ugh. Ornamental garden, ornamental stuff. And here is a Penstemon Midnight Masquerade, soft touch, holly. And we've got Tough Stuff hydrangea, another holly, and got a smiley yellow climbing rose, and we've also got a clematis or clematis here next to it, so they're going to kind of grow up this arbor. And I also have a beautiful phlox. So I just want to walk back a little bit, pull back a little bit. So as you can see, some of the weeds coming through the pathway there. So annoying, but you know, that's nature. It does her own thing. So this is a reflecting garden, guys. This is the progress. It's going to take years for it to get to that point where it just looks really, really great and fully grown. And of course, things change, things die, things move around, but I'm really excited about it. So I'm walking backwards so you can see what it's doing. And I did not talk about over here at these trees. I've got a plum tree over here, and then this little guy right here is really tiny, but I bought it for my wife for her birthday. It is a peppermint pear tree. It looks like peppermint candy, the flower. So I'm hoping that she'll do really, really well. And then I've got some Leland cypresses and Arizona cypresses back over there, and yeah, that's pretty much what's going on over here. And I've got a Camellia japonica, which I showed the other day in the video. Knockout roses here, a lot of weeds there. Yeah, so that's what's going on so far. Super excited. And so it's like my little escape. This whole garden is my escape. I get to go out here, talk to God, be at some kind of mental relaxation, so to speak. I mean, I get to paint, I get to write poetry, but I also mainly come out here now, and it's a space sacred and fun, and you know, hopefully my family gets to enjoy it. But I just want to say thank you so much for following me. Thank you for listening, and if you see anything or have any questions or have any opinions, especially about onion weeds, I hate them. They grow everywhere in my garden, and I have to pluck them, and sometimes I can't get them all the way through out from the roots, but nonetheless I keep going at it. But if you have any ideas or tips on how to get rid of them, I would really appreciate it. I know a friend of mine who's a landscaper says the best thing to do is just pull them from the root, but it's not that simple. It's not that easy either. All right, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.